All right, man. First and foremost, welcome to the podcast. I truly appreciate you coming on my platform. It's definitely an honor. For the viewers who may not recognize you, let them know who you are and definitely where you're from.
Thanks for having me. My name is Kalvon Hawkins. Um, I'm originally from Indiana and born and raised here, and go from Texas all the time too. Also, my family stay in Texas. Um, where you interviewing me now? I'm at Grieving Our Babies Podcast. That's the podcast that I have. Also, how I came up with this podcast is in July 2011, 24th. My daughter was killed 4 days before her 18th birthday in front of my 13-year-old son. So the anniversary date of that is tomorrow. So the anniversary is of her killing was July 24th. Her birthday is July 28th, and her funeral was July 30th. So we've been having some rough times out here. Um, I'm a two-time award-winning author now. I got a book called Justice for Nekeisha, A Father's Pain. So now I'm a two-time award-winning author. Um, you can Google Nekeisha, that's Nekeisha, Hodges Hawkins. You Google that and it tell everything that what happens to my daughter. This with this book, it tells it all, like all the controversy and everything, man.
Okay. Man, my condolences to you. I appreciate you having the courage to share that and, using it as a source of empowerment to write a book and create a podcast because it's something a lot of us go through, in different phases of our lives. I don't have children, but, I definitely have loved ones who have lost children and stuff like that. So I really appreciate, everything that you're doing.
Yeah, it's we didn't create it. Also, we created a Nekeisha Foundation. We got that created. We got a clothing line in her name. We throw car shows, bro. We just do a whole lot to make sure our minds stay right. You know,
Yeah, that's very important, especially like post COVID. I can speak for myself, but I feel like almost everybody had, lost a lot of people, and it just did something to us mentally. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that anxiety and stress and depression came out, and a lot of people didn't know how to handle it, and still don't. But you've been able to do something about it. You know what I'm saying? We go through things and then we got to figure out how we can utilize those things to move us forward and help other people that may can learn from it or give them the power to do so. You might inspire somebody else to write a book or do a podcast.
that's why that's why I created this. And speaking of COVID, uh, I had COVID, man, and I passed away twice. And they was able to get me back, man. Then once they started getting me back, it took me 45 minutes to do a 6 minute walk because I couldn't even breathe, man. Once they got me back up, um, and then once we did that, we got a Hulu documentary on Hulu. If you go to Hulu, it's called Web of Death, and we episode 5, and we're on that also, and that tells the story. That'll tell the story, some of it, because they couldn't put everything in. But this book, Justice for Nekeisha, Father's Pain, it tells it all. You can go to Amazon and Book Baby and purchase that.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure that I'm gonna check them out and the viewers will as well too. So I guess I could just want to ask you a couple questions. You said you originally from Indiana. What part?
Michigan City, Indiana. It's like 45 minutes from Chicago, 20 minutes from Gary, where they doing all the shooting at. These kids not
Okay.
playing.
Yeah, I can relate. I'm from Cleveland, so we
Oh,
right
okay.
next door.
Man,
Yeah.
my wife from Hamilton.
Okay. That's what's up. And I got some family in Gary, believe it or not. Like on my
Okay.
my mother's father's side. I don't know him personally, but you know how you hear about it, like, yeah, we got some family
Yeah.
out there. They'll come every now and then, to the reunion or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
don't
But
mind
no,
me asking, how did you find out about me? And you seen my podcast or?
I got hip to you through Mob James. He was on I forget which show. He's been on a lot of different
Right.
podcasts, but he had the shirt on and he was speaking highly of you. So I
Yeah,
definitely wanted to check
that's
you
that's
out.
my that's my big brother. I went out there to be on the Gangster Chronicles, and he also first time I met him, I went on the Gangster Chronicles with him, and man, he that's my big brother, man. I go out there anytime I want to. I just show up at the house now, man. And he got a lot of love for me and my family, and the story that happened, man. So that's why he helps promote me. He also, well, helped me be able to write this book right here because he hooked me up with SL Jackson. They on the Connected Experience out there in Detroit. So it just supposed to be like a business thing for me and him just to do the book together. And after that, we've been so connected, man. We brothers now, like all of us.
Oh yeah, definitely. Big shout out to Mob James. Yeah, I appreciate, man, the things that he doing. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the things he been through in his life, and to be able to survive that and use that to, like I say, give to the youth and the people that's coming up under him to change. For the better.
Yeah, that's my big
Mhm.
brother, man. I'm glad he answered that phone for me because I was on my semi truck when he had stated his telephone number one time on the Gangster Chronicles. So I pulled the truck over and I kept rewinding it till I got his telephone number. And then I called his phone, and then it took him a couple days, you know what I'm saying, to call me back. And then I asked him, I said, "Hey, big bro, I know you don't know me, but can I send you a text to your phone?" He was like, "Yeah, send it." I was like, "Cause I need to come on your show." So I sent him the text, and he called me back. He was like, "Hey man, you got me hurting out here on the California freeway." He said, "Man, listen, we got to get you out here instead of me flying out there." You know, I took a scheduled a load on the semi truck, and I drove from Indiana all the way to California, bro, to go be on the podcast. And he welcomed me into his home and everything, bro. So me and him and my family been cool ever since. He didn't met my wife and my son. He haven't met my son in person yet, but my son gonna go out there with him, and I go out there and stay with him for a week and everything, bro. I'm very welcomed out there in California. And through um, Big James, Reggie Wright, he helped me with a lot of stuff also.
That's what's up. Big shout out to Reggie Wright, man. But that's determination, man. Because for you to drive from Indiana to Cali, that's a long ride, especially on the truck. You wasn't in
What?
like no.
Yeah, 32-hour trip.
Right. It wasn't like you was in no luxury RV or something. But I mean, you did it. You made it happen. So that's inspiration. Now you said you out in Texas now.
No, I just took a load from Laredo to back up here up north. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm up here. I had to get back so I can get on the. I wanted to come inside my studio and be inside your studio at the same time. So my studio is up in the Midwest, but I got a place down there in Texas, so my son can live down there because he don't want to be around the people up here that killed his sister, his big sister. So we got him down there, and plus my mom them down there also. So when I go on my semi truck, I don't have to stay in no hotels, no none of that stuff, because I can either stop at my mom's house or stop at my house, and so I got two homes back and forth.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Now I can ask you this. If it's okay with you, I know you wrote a book about it, so I know you want people to buy the book. But if you can kind of, I don't know, maybe tell them what you want them to know about the book. Like you say, they could Google it, but for the viewers that's tuning in, or going to watch this, what happened, or at least what inspired you to take it to that level to write a book about it? Because, like I said, a lot of people do lose loved ones, but they never get to the point of writing a story about it.
Police corruption. My daughter, like I said, she was supposed to be going over at Pawpaw house, but you know how parents, I mean, like kids be lying and stuff. And I felt it that day. I couldn't leave her home. Like, and my boys kept calling me like, "Hey, let's go somewhere, Frost." I was like, "No," because that's what they call me, Frost, because you know my birthmark and all that stuff on my face, the gray and my eyebrow. So it was like, "Frost, let's take a ride." I was like, "No, bro, today I can't go nowhere." I didn't know it was wrong. It was a bad feeling, right? So my daughter, she come home. We watched Insidious 2. I'll never forget it. We watched Insidious 2, and she had went took a shower and came out the when the room and came out dressed up. I was like, "Where the hell you think you going?" She was like, "I'm going to Pawpaw house." I was like, "Man, I know you telling a lie." But something said, "Let her go." But she said, "Bye, Dad. I love you." So when I closed that door and I just like some said, "Stop her. She's lying." So I sat down on the couch, right? Sitting down on the couch and I'm chilling. And I looked at my wife. I said, "I know y'all lying. I know she lying." I said, "I feel it." So like 15 minutes later, 15, 20 minutes later, she called my wife. She was like, "Ma, come get me. They fighting." I said, "At Pawpaw house?" I said, "I knew y'all ass was lying. Go get her. This shit got to stop." That's what I said. My wife go, I think it was like 10 minutes later, she called the phone, bro, and she screaming, "Keisha dead." I hung up on her. So she called back, "Keisha dead." And I hung up on her. That's when I called my mom and texted her. I was like, "Mama, Keisha dead." She was like, "What you mean?" I said, "I don't know. She's just dead." So I hung the phone up and I sat on the couch. And then my brother, he called me. He was like, "Bro," I was like, "What?" He was like, I said, "Hey, man, just come get me, man." He was like this, "I'm downstairs." So, man, when we got down there, bro, it looked like first 48. So I'm walking up the hill and all the kids telling me who done killed my daughter. And I run into my little son. Now he didn't snuck out the house because he supposed to be next door at his cousin's house. He didn't snuck out the house, but he got my daughter's blood on him. I said, "What is this on you?" He was like, "It's Keisha, Dad, 13 years old, bro." He held his big sister. Yeah. It's then it came police corruption because I had a big car audio shop out here and they just I'm steady asking about my daughter's murder, bro. They said, "No, man, we trying to get you." They put the feds on me. They tried to plant drugs on me, bro, because I kept asking for my daughter. My my daughter's murder to be solved. Then come to find out, like when police that I went to school with, he come to the shop one day. He said, "Hey, act like me and you arguing, bro." I said, "Okay, what you talking about?" He said, "Point at me and I'm gonna point at you." And he was pointing at me and he was like, "Listen, I'm finna ask you this. Have you seen a black truck riding around here?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "That's the mayor and the chief of police." He said, "They finna plant dope on you. Watch who you bring in your shop, bro." He said, "They finna plant dope on you." He said, "Listen to me. Um, your daughter murder was solved an hour after it happened. Y'all was still on the hill when the murder was solved. They not gonna do nothing, and they finna put you in prison." He said, "Cause they gonna plant dope on you for keep asking, and they want your shop closed." I think it was like 60 days later, and the police that told me that he was found dead. So yeah, bro, it's crazy. So he was found dead, and um, I went home. I was depressed for like because they closed the shop. So we used to have money, but then once you paying all the bills, but you ain't got no more income coming in, the money slowly goes down, 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 down. And then next thing you know, we was, what I'm saying, back at poverty again. And then my wife, she never had to work. I never had her working, bro. Like the whole time we was together. We just made on July 10th, we just made 32 years together, me and my wife. July 10th. So then after that, bro, I just was depressed and depressed, kept going to the police station, man. And then They wouldn't do nothing about it. They ain't have nothing to take from me no more. So I just went into a deep state of depression. I say, and then 2016, the kids that wouldn't say nothing, they start arguing on Facebook. And I'm laying in my bed depressed, not knowing nothing about the world no more because I've been depressed up in that room from they closed the shop in 2013. So I've been depressed for 3 years. 2016 come around, they fighting. Next thing I know, my phone is chiming, going crazy on Facebook. I look up, I threw the phone to the bed because I wanted to just lay there and waddle in my sleep. And kept doing it. So I picked the phone up, bro, and on the text, they was like, "Hey, check this out." They had screenshot it before they erased it. I should have been told about Keisha's death. So the kids was fighting against each other then. But that night, the parents was telling them, "Don't say shit at all about it." So once they did that, bro, I got up and went to the police station and asked them about it and showing the text. They told me, "What we tell you before, get out of here." So I said, "All right." I went back home and got a picture of my daughter and then went to the grocery store and wrote a sign, put justice for Nekeisha on there, and went back to the police station. I was like, "I'm gonna give y'all one more chance. That y'all gonna help me or not?" They said, "What we tell you last night?" I said, "All right, I got y'all ass." I went outside and bro, I caused a ruckus, bro. Like I went nuts. It went from me by myself fighting the police to me going live. I didn't even know how to go live because remember I told you I didn't know nothing about Facebook then, but I seen the live button on there. I said push live and it said 3, 2, 1. I said in Hollywood that mean action. So I started talking. Then I started seeing tears and stuff flying up. I said I must got a connection or something. So it went from just me to 87,000 plus people seeing that live. And then from that it went they arrested him. That was in November. Then they arrested him 30 days afterwards, bro. Probably not even 30 days, but they arrested him before Christmas. Police corruption. And then we goes to court. Come to find out, bro, the district attorney them, they on their side because they ain't want to solve the murder. Man, they tried to give this dude 30 to 45 days in probation for murdering my daughter, bro. Yeah. So it's been real.
Man, that's crazy. Police corruption, man, is rampant in America, especially towards our people, man. But I'm glad that you actually took a stand and, because some people, they give up or they be afraid to speak out. And just by you just taking a stand, not really knowing what to do, you did something. And like you say, 80,000 people, was able to tap in and see. And then it from there, because that's what happened a lot of time. If there's not no attention on it, then they can just get away with it. They don't have to acknowledge you or what you're going through. But once you get all them eyes on you and them shares and them likes, you know what I'm saying? Then that's good that they at least made the arrest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
I was a nuisance, bro. I was doing all type of stuff to the police, bro. By that time I was like, I'm ready to die. I went bumped my life insurance up higher, bro. I bumped my life insurance up. I told the police, I said, "Hey man, it is what it is. Somebody gonna die, and I'm willing to die about my daughter." I went found where the judge stayed at, bro. I'm supposed to be in jail somewhere. I didn't care. The SWAT team was brung in the courtroom on me twice for me acting crazy. I wasn't acting crazy, but I'm a concerned father, and I told that little dude, I said, "Hey man, listen, you picked the wrong kid to kill, and you ran into the right father." So I'm acting up. They trying to hold me in contempt. I start clapping in the courtroom like, "What you think I'm trying to do? I'm trying to get contempt. Put me in the same cell with him for about 5 minutes, man." And it's like, "We can't do that." Man, I did all type of stuff to them people. Every time they did something, I counter reacted. And then she was killed 4 days before her birthday. And then I finally got justice on my birthday. That's when he was sentenced.
wow, wow, Man, that's crazy. Now I can ask you. Now you actually have other guests on your show, and you help other people as well.
Yeah, yeah. Since like my voice was shut off from people hearing it. I want to give other parents a voice now. So one day I woke up and I was like, Grieving Our Babies Podcast. That's what I want to do. So what that is, man, we just like some people don't want to go to counseling, but they need other people to talk to. But I know how it feels to have your family shut you off, don't want to talk about it. They want you to shut up about your kid. So I was like, Grieving Our Babies Podcast. And then I was telling my wife what it's going to be about. I said, by we giving other parents a voice so they can come on there and they can talk about their kids. Who knows? I wasn't looking for no foundation, no book, and becoming a two-time award-winning author, no Hulu documentary, no none of that. So this might help another parent. So I just feel it's my time to give back. So that's why I'm doing this. And then we got a bowling league we started. Um, it's called Baby Bumper Bowling Leagues. Like if you got my Facebook or stuff, you'll see us every Tuesday. We go live. I got a from ages 4 to like 16 because we used to take my daughter bowling on every Sunday as a family. So now with the foundation, we have a bowling league for kids. So every Tuesday at the bowling alley, we there like 5 o'clock Central to whenever they finish. We pay for them to bowl, we rent their shoes, and we feed the kids, man. And because we don't know their home life, so we try to make sure they eat before they go home. And then so we do that, and then now I pay the babies incentives, $2 for strikes and dollar for spares, man. So they can get money too. And me and my wife take that out of our own pocket, bro. I get on that semi truck and make sure they have. So I know I used to be rich before, but at times when you have all that money and you young and you don't know how to use it because you know you got arrogance and all that stuff. So now I know I'm gonna get it back, but it's God's plan. But as long as I'm be able to take care of those kids and stuff, man, I don't care about nothing but like nothing. I just try to not try, but just stay humble and stay out the way, man.
Wow, that's amazing, man. That's really dope what you doing, man. You got a knack for helping people, man, with your podcast. You helping the kids. You really inspiring people. So for the viewers who wanna, follow what you're doing, do you have social media? If they want to check out the podcast, is it on YouTube? Do you have a website? Where can they get the book? Let them know how they can, keep track of what you're doing and tap in and show you support.
Yeah, to get the book, it's called Grieving Our Babies Podcast. I mean, sorry about that. I'm on my show. It's Justice for Nekeisha and Father's Pain. You can get that on Amazon or bookbaby.com. We got Nekeisha clothing wear. And you can all you got to do is go on www.teammonsterwear because my daughter nickname was Monster, so everything is Team Monster everything. So it's www.teammonsterwear.com. The foundation is called Nekeisha Foundation. It's Nekeisha Foundation. You type that up. You can go on Hulu, and it's Web of Death on Hulu. And we episode 5 is called Facebook Live. The people from London flew in over here, bro. I didn't even believe it. They flew in from London from Blink Films with ABC News and the Disney Channel, man, to do that documentary on us just out of nowhere. Um, you can also tap in on my social media. That's Kalvon Hawkins, and you can check out the baby's bowling. And you can spell my name Kalvon Hawkins. And it'll have my younger son on there, but it'll say mad scientist at the end of it. It'll say that. But then the podcast, it's on YouTube, my Instagram. I got TikTok shorts. And I put like the Facebook shorts on my Facebook and all that, bro. So We doing a whole lot. But like if y'all want to tune in and see them babies bowl, you can tune in on Tuesdays on my Facebook page at Kalvon Hawkins, bro, and you can see that. And man, see them little jokers take my money and talk crazy. Tell me they funny, man. They call me Pawpaw Frost because that's my nickname. Pawpaw Frost, we gonna take all your money, man. So we do a lot, man. We just
That's
try to
cool, man.
stay
That's
humble.
cool. Yeah, no doubt. So we're about 25 minutes in, so I'm gonna just ask you one more question. You kind of spoke on it a little bit, but by you losing your daughter, by you going through your battle with COVID, you going through a battle with depression, how has helping other people empowered you and made you feel mentally? Having a podcast and bringing other people on your platform, and like you say, people flying out from London to see about things you're doing, and the kids, and really really enjoying yourself. What has that done for you mentally?
That helps me by helping others, bro. Because trust and believe, like my wife, she's been in the bed for like the last 3 days because tomorrow is the day that she got murdered. Keisha did. And then the 28th is her birthday, and the 30th. It's me by me helping others because I know how it is to go to counselor, bro. I lied to my counselor, man. I aggravated the heck out of my counselor. She told my wife to divorce me. I was so bad, bro. I was that terrible. I was like, you can't tell me nothing if you ain't lost no kid. I was like, you get paid to just come in here and listen. I was an idiot. But then when I finally needed her, I called her back. I said, listen, I need some help. And she was like, no, I'm not messing with you. I said, listen, I got something for you. I know what time you get off work, and I know where you work at, and I'm gonna be sitting on your car. And now I need help. So she helps me to get through. She helped me to get through the stuff. And what I'm doing now, these parents, hey man, they need it. And I need it also still because I know tomorrow I'm gonna have a rough day. I'm gonna have a rough day, but by you coming on here, I was like, okay, cool. I don't got to think today because I got to come on here with Tay. I'm cool on this. And then another parent, she just hit me, and she want to come on the show, so that'd take my mind off it also. So the more I do so much and have so much, so I don't think about it. But if I sit down, bro, like people think I'm straight. If I sit down for like 2 or 3 days and I don't have nothing to do, oh, it's a wrap. My mind is gone, bro, because it triggers me and I go right back to that, bro. And what's also crazy, I'm having to deal with it because when my daughter was murdered, it hurt my dad so bad. I found him dead 87 days later. Found my dad. Yeah. So we've been dealing with it 87 days later, bro. And then I'm thinking he did something to himself. And the doctor told me he died from a broken heart. I thought that was fake. And it was true. But he had told me, like, they didn't kill my baby. They don't want to do nothing about this. I don't want to live no more. I wasn't trying to hear him, bro, on that nonsense. So, like, I seen him getting worse and worse and worse. So one week, we had an argument. We had a fight. He come in my shop and he was like, I'm tired of this. They won't do nothing about Keisha. I don't want to live no more. I looked at him. I was like, man, ain't nobody trying to hear that. And he was like, everything I have for you, you drive on it every day. I'm like, what the hell is you talking about? He's like, it's in the car for you. He said, because I ain't got much longer. I miss my baby. I ain't want to listen to it. Now I'm arguing with him in the shop. My cousin was like, I think you should listen to your dad. I said, I ain't trying to listen to him. So Tuesday come, that was Monday. Tuesday come, he was like, come to the shop. He was his normal self, acting a fool and all that stuff. Chilling. I looked at my cousin, I said, I told you, he cool. Wednesday come. He was like, hey, where your wife at? She's like, where Janice at? I said, she at work, Dad. She'll be back at 5. He said, I'll be back. So he come in there and he would always go to the beach. Like if he had a problem, he would go to the beach and sit there and have him a nip, drink his little drink, bro, and just watch the waves and the sand blow. So he came, he was like, well, I'll be back when she get back. I said, okay. So she got back. She came to the shop. He came and he was looking at us, and he was like, "Remember what I told you?" I said, "Not tonight. We're not gonna do that." So he had stood up and looked at the door, and I said, he said, "Listen, Janice, when you have a problem, go to the beach and give it all, just give it all your problems away." I said, "We ain't gonna start that tonight, man. I love you, Pops." He was like, "You too," because he never told me he love me. He always say, "You too." Thursday come, bro. Didn't nobody see him but my brother. I said, "Bro, you seen Dad?" He said, "Yeah, he passed. He said he was gonna come back." I said, "Okay, cool." Friday come, then my granddad was like, I mean my uncle, he called me, he said, "Your dad didn't catch a we didn't take our ride this morning." I said, "He probably sleep." Say he all right. So my uncle called me back. He said, "You talked to your dad?" I said, "Yeah, I've been calling him, but he all right, man. He probably sleep." So then one of the girls that he messed with pulled up at my shop. I was like, "What this chick want?" And he was like, she said, "Cal." I said, "What's up?" She's like, "Your dad didn't come to breakfast like we normally do." I said, "He probably sleep." She was like, "Well, both cars outside, both of the trucks outside. When he was home, bro, the screen door was always locked when he was home, and only one truck would be outside the garage." So I said, "Let me get up and go check on this man." So I get up and go out there, and I had the keys to his truck and stuff. So I opened the truck up, and I seen a big old thing of alcohol up in the console, bro. So I slammed the truck door, and sand flew down on the ground. I said, "What the fuck?" So I would say, "Let me check the screen door." I checked the screen door. Screen door was open, bro, but the door was locked. So I went next door to the neighbor. I was like, "When the last time you seen them trucks move?" And she looked at me. She said, "Uh, kick the door in." I kicked the door in, bro. I went in this room. I was like, "Dude, you better be breathing." I touched my dad, bro. He was ice cold. Ice cold, bro. And then I was like, so I called my boys and them. Well, I didn't even call. Once I walked outside, like, I don't know how everybody knew. They was just out there. I was like, "Keisha, not Dad." They couldn't tell me nothing. So then I took his cars to my shop and locked them up in the garage so wouldn't nobody mess with them. But when I went to the back of the car, I looked in there and I looked at my wife, and I raised the tire wheel up, bro, and he had a whole package. And it said, "For Cal." So I took it to the bank the next day. I was like, "What the hell is this?" They was like, "This for you and your dad. But you can't get this till your dad is gone." I was like, she said, "Where your daddy at?" I said, "I just found him dead." So she's like, "Can I open your mail?" She opened the mail. She said, "When did you find him dead?" I said, "Yesterday." She said, "Well, he transferred this money into this account last night at 11 o'clock and froze it. Like he knew." Yeah. She said he and it got on there that you cannot get nothing until you got a death certificate. But he did this last night at 11 o'clock and froze the accounts. So that's why I be messed up. That's why I want to help others.
Yeah, man. My condolences to you, man. I tip my hat to you for being courageous enough to share that because, like you say, when you want to keep talking about it, but other people want to shut you off or shut you down and let it go, but they keeping all that bottled inside and letting it build and build and build. You gotta let it out. You gotta talk to people because we going through similar stuff. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, we all got a dad, and if we blessed to still have our dad, that day gonna come. You know what I'm saying? So we
Yeah.
don't know how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, but I really appreciate you, Kane. This been a phenomenal episode, and I'm definitely gonna tune into more of your episodes, and I'm sure the viewers will as well.
Yeah. Just tell them go tap in and subscribe over there. I know I only got like I got like 5 episodes in, but those episodes, everybody hearing it, bro. Sure, I done went from 5 episodes that fast to almost 6K followers quick, bro. And then I just did one the other day. It was rough. Like it was about a 4 year old horrible story, bro. I was mad the whole episode, but like the first episode, you can go on there. My wife never talked about it ever, and I learned when I did the interview with her. I had to interview her because my boys wouldn't interview her. They made me come in the studio and do it. That first time I heard her even say something to the world is when I interviewed her because she never talked about it, and she just said something 5 episodes ago. So she's been holding it in since 2011. Y'all go tune into that. It says it's on my Grieving Our Babies podcast, and it's Janice's first interview to the world. That's a powerful interview right there.
Man, but like you say, man, you got 5 episodes, but it only take one, man. So I hope you keep going, man. Don't stop, man.
No, I ain't gonna stop. I got parents and people to help, bro.
Yeah, yes, indeed. So yeah, so I want to thank the viewers for tuning in, man. It's been a phenomenal episode. So until next time, peace.
Peace.